separately in other countries, I believe, as well. So if you wanted, you know, just one of them, you could always import it probably. But for the purposes of the United States, they grouped them all together. Which I'm sure probably bugged amiibo collectors, because if you collect them in the boxes, like now you have this package that just sticks out compared to the rest. Aside from the Mii Fighters, because that's also kind of in the same boat. You got those three together. All right, now, there's something special, though, about the Mr. Game & Watch one, which you can probably kind of see already. We'll talk about it in a second. But it's really interesting what they did with that. So underneath here, you can slide this out, and I can pull out these other pieces that I have here. This looks really cool. Nice, nice. All right. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side for a second. We'll come back to that. But first, let's take a look at Duck Hunt right here. Here's, you know, this is kind of the surprise character of the game. The one that we all were like, what? They made Duck Hunt a character? What? But really interesting. So you have obviously the dog and the duck, both of them together. You got the clear stand right here to hold up the duck, but that's, you know, not too big of a deal. Pretty basic, you know, pretty simple, but it captures like their style pretty nicely. And it, yeah, it looks good. Looks pretty cool. So I dig it. I think it looks neat. All right, then we have r.o.b, which I'm really excited about r.o.b. Like, he looks amazing. Look at that. Look at how intricate r.o.b looks right here. Oh my goodness. Down to like the silvery, you know, color they got here. Just all around just looks like a really nice solid figure. He's like, the Smash Brothers base is right here. But it really just looks like he's like floating or like gliding on top of the base, which is pretty cool. The wire going there. You even have like what looks like, if I can zoom in a little bit, like the on-off switch and everything. Now obviously it doesn't actually work when you push it, but just the level of detail on there is really cool as far as what they have. So yeah, that's pretty neat, pretty neat. So there is r.o.b, and I'm excited to get the Famicom version too, just so I can have two different versions of it, but he looks great. Looks really cool, definitely. So now we have Game & Watch, who's very unique because, as you can see, you get 4 different poses. So this is the actual amiibo. Technically, I don't need these. This is the amiibo right here, guys. Here's your Mr. Game & Watch amiibo. That's all you need. But obviously, for display purposes, you have 4 different ways you can display it. So I can just pop this piece in like that, and I can display them like that. Just a plain, you know, basic design, which looks cool. I like it, you know. Pretty neat. And that's really all they had to do. You release that and you're set, you know. But they went out of their way to release other versions of him as well. So you have him like ringing the bell. So you can kind of slide it. Some of these, I guess there's a certain way that it has to go. Oh, okay. So when you look at the base right here, you see like a bigger hole and a smaller hole slightly. So you have to kind of align it up that way. So it does go a certain way in order to fit in there. But it doesn't click. It just kind of slides right in. It's pretty tight too, which is nice. So it's not going to like fall out when you turn it upside down. But here's that design right there, which looks pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Then we have, I'll just bring in the parachute one here. That's pretty cool as well. That's pretty sweet. And then I think probably my favorite, aside from the basic design, which I think looks pretty cool, you got the one with the hammer as well and the 9, like that. Just because it's like much bigger and just so unique and special. That's really cool. So yeah, they did not have to do that. They did not have to release all these individual versions of the Game & Watch, but it looks really cool. If they had released Game & Watch separately, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if some people bought like 4 Game & Watches so they could display it 4 different ways. That'd be pretty neat to do. That's like the type of thing I might do, but I probably wouldn't though. But because he's in a 3-pack, that's a little excessive, I think, at least for me. But some people may like it. But yeah, pretty neat what they did with Mr. Game & Watch. But I guess his regular pose would be, you know, this one here probably. But still, pretty neat. I dig it, definitely, you know. Just to have all the different versions right here is a nice added little touch that they did. So there you have it, folks. these are the amiibo in what I am calling Wave 6, you know, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, but this is really cool. They're all really unique and special looking, and it's just really nice to be able to get, you know, all the amiibo